In a world where masculinity is still often defined by strength, power, and dominance, one of the most defining characteristics of what it means to be a man is the rejection of the feminine. Men are taught from an early age that to embrace anything associated with women is to risk losing their masculinity. But what does this say about our society and the way we understand gender? Today, we're going to explore how masculinity, often constructed in opposition to femininity, can lead to harmful behaviors like homophobia, sexism, and even violence. The pressure to conform to traditional masculinity begins early, with boys punished for behaviors seen as feminine. This forces them to suppress vulnerability and reject anything perceived as weak. As society equates masculinity with power, the consequences of this rigid gender expectation can be severe. Research by Michael Kimmel links school shootings to the need to prove manhood, with marginalized boys resorting to violence to assert their power. Homophobia is deeply tied to the fragile sense of masculinity many men feel they must protect. Being called gay or feminine threatens their identity as men, pushing them to adopt homophobic attitudes as a way of distancing themselves from weakness. This fear fuels broader discrimination, including sexism and racism, as men seek to avoid anything that challenges their masculine image. Aversion to the feminine is not just an individual fear, it's a societal issue with wide-reaching consequences. By teaching boys and men to distance themselves from anything perceived as feminine, we are reinforcing harmful gender norms that perpetuate violence, discrimination, and fear. It's crucial that we begin to dismantle these rigid ideas about masculinity and femininity, allowing for a more inclusive and healthy understanding of gender. Only then can we begin to challenge the deep-rooted fears that drive behaviors like homophobia, sexism, and violence, and move toward a more compassionate, less polarized world.